All right, good morning, everyone. So today your focus is going to be on approximating square roots like this one, um, and specifically on approximating them to the nearest tenth. So we're going to be using some decimals here, getting a little more accurate than yesterday when we just looked at the nearest integer, going for the nearest tenth. All right, so if I'm trying to approximate the square root of 50, I know that the square root of 49, that one's equal to 7. And the square root of 64, that's equal to 8. So hopefully I can see right away, like, okay, this is going to be somewhere between 7 and 8 because it's bigger than 49, smaller than 64. If I'm trying to go for the nearest tenth, I'm going to start by asking myself, like, okay, which side is it closer to? Is it closer over here next to, like, is it close to 49 or is it close over here to 64? Obviously, yeah, 50 is right next to 49. So it's going to be way over on this side, like maybe something like a little bit bigger than 7, like 7.1 or 7.2, just a little bit bigger than 7. Maybe even 7's the closest. All right, so I've kind of given myself three choices right here. I've given myself 7, 7.1, 7.2. I'm pretty confident it's close to one of those. So the way to check which of those is the closest, because if I'm wanting the nearest tenth, then I need to know which of those is the closest, is I need to square each of those numbers and see what gets closest to 49. All right, so 7 squared, we already know. 7 squared equals 49, and that's off, meaning I'm trying to get 50. It's off by 1. Alright, so let's see if we can get any closer. And we're going to have to do this without calculators. So, because this type of question, they won't give you calculators on the SBAC. So, next I'm going to try 7.1 times 7.1. So I'll do my work off to the side. Let's see, so no, I don't want a highlighter. 7.1 times 7.1. Quick review of multiplication if you forgot, but 1 times 1 is 1, 7 times 1 is 7. Put my placeholder 0, please don't forget that. 1 times 7 is 7, 7 times 7 is 49. Alright, add these all up, so 1, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 9 is 10, and then 1 and 4 makes 5. And if I look here, this is 1, 2 decimal spots. We were talking about this last week, so that's 1, 2 decimal spots. That means this is equal to 50.41. Alright, so let's go back here. 7.1 times 7.1 we said was 50 point, what was that, 50.41? Yeah, 50.41. Alright, so we've actually, this one's too big, because remember we're trying to see what's the closest we can get to 50. This one's too big by 41 cents. So this one's off by 0.41. Basically $50.41. It's too much by 41 cents. So there's no point. I could do 7.2 times 7.2, but I'd be wasting my time because 7.1 is already too big. 7.2 is just going to be even bigger. So I found my closest approximation is 7.1 because this one, 7 is off by, 7 is off by 1. 7.1, it's off by only 41 cents, so it's closer. I hope this is helpful. Couple other things that you're going to need to know. If you see a square root that looks like the square root of 2 plus 10, alright, that's just the same thing as the square root of 12. So add the numbers inside together first, and then take the square root. Also, if you see something that looks like the the square root, let's say 2, and then the square root of 5. Or you could pronounce this 2 radical 5. So that just means 2 multiplied by the square root of 5. So estimate the square root of 5, just like how we just did, then multiply that by 2. Okay, I hope this is helpful. I'll post a link for this video so you can use this if you need to rewatch it while you're doing the classwork.